Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys something very interesting which is called the smart money trap and how I use it to increase the probability of any trade that I want to take. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining to you guys, teaching you guys step-by-step ways on how to go about this strategy, and I'm going to be showing you live examples on how to be able to identify this and use it to add more confluence to your trade setup. Believe me, this is going to change how you look at the charts, and this is going to increase your winning rate. All right, so let's head into the video where I'm going to be explaining to you guys step by step on how to go about with this particular SMT. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and then share to your friends.
Okay, so first, smart money trap. This is, we are trading the smart money concept. So this is a smart money trap. And now for you to trade SMT, you need to correlate two currencies. Okay, it's a correlation between two assets, which means that you cannot just use one asset and you are having an SMT on it. You cannot have an SMT on one asset. So you need two assets, which likely move positively or they move negatively. Or they are correlated positively or negatively. All right. So now with the SMT trap, this simply means from the word trap, it means it is a trap move that happens in one asset. Okay, it is a trap move that happens in one asset. Now these two assets are correlated together. When the trap happens, it happens on one asset, and when it happens on one asset, you now have that confidence to execute on the other asset or even on the same asset where the SMT happened. Okay, and more also, it's also some people also referred as a divergence. This divergence, I think you have, maybe some of you have seen this RSI divergence and all those stochastics and all those things. This smart money trap, it has two things that you have to look out for. Okay, first is the stop hunt. All right, you are looking at the asset that has a trap as a turtle soap or as a stop hunt, and then you are looking at the other asset which does not have a trap, as you are looking at it based on strength. You are measuring it on strength. Okay, strength, which can be weakness and all those things. Now, looking at the chart here, we have Euro USD and the dollar index. You can see from my left is Euro USD, on the right is the dollar index. Now you know that these two pairs, they move hand in hand, like they are highly correlated. But now there comes a time that the dollar is going to be making a move and Euro USD is not going to be doing the same thing. Okay, how do you know? Now from here, you notice that Euro USD was on a downtrend. Let me see that. Let's get it. Now you will notice here that Euro USD was on a downtrend, right? And now the dollar index too was on an uptrend. Now at some point, Euro USD failed to take this lower low, right? But the dollar continued making a higher high. At this point, this is where the secret lies. This is where you get to understand that it is a smart money trap the one asset is making. Now, if Euro USD fails to make a lower low, what does that imply? This simply implies that it is gaining more strength. Okay, because the more a currency is making lower lows and lower highs, that signifies weakness to that currency. But when it comes to time now that that particular asset, or like for example Euro USD here, it fails to make a swing low. Okay, it has failed to make what? A new low. This simply signifies that this particular asset, Euro, is gaining more strength. Okay, now when you see a currency that is gaining more strength, the other currency now will simply means that it's just doing what? A trap. It's a trap that is trying to create a new high here. Is simply just a trap. Okay, for the other asset to make a new high, while this one, which was supposed to make a new low, failed to, This simply means this asset, all right, the correlated asset is just doing a stop hunt. Okay, now this doesn't mean that price could still not have continued lower. All right, the moment you get a smart money trap signal, which is this one here, when price fails to make a low on one asset and makes a high on the other asset, what you need to do at that point is now to wait for confirmation. All right, you have to wait for confirmation for a reversal here, and you also wait for confirmation for a reversal at this point. Let's do it. Let's look at it on a textbook format. Okay, now we have let me just clear this. This is what we have here. Okay, now we are going to have what? Euro USD. Euro USD creates a high and then it creates a higher low, right? Now we have dollar below, and then dollar below, instead of doing the exact opposite, because the moment euro is coming down to create a low, the dollar is going up to create a high, right? Now the moment euro is going high to create a high, the dollar comes down to create a low. Now when euro comes back down to create a higher low, dollar here should be creating what? A lower high, okay, not a higher high. You should create a lower low now, and then it also creates a lower low while euro USD creates a higher. Now this is how correlated assets move. This is how correlated assets move. All of them are creating higher highs and higher lows, while the dollar below is creating lower lows and lower highs. But now there comes a point that you're going to see dollar is going to create a higher high here, but euro maintaining this high. Okay, now for it to have been balanced, euro should have also come down to create a new low here. You understand? Now if this happens, this is actually efficient. There is no trap happening anywhere at this point. But the moment dollar comes to make a high and euro maintains a higher low, okay, this simply means euro is gaining more strength while dollar is just doing a trap, just giving you a trap. All right, it's just a stop hunt. So where you want to engage now is you wait for a reversal confirmation here for prices to continue higher, and also you wait for a reversal confirmation here, all right, for prices to continue lower. So the moment you see this and the moment you see euro here, try not to create a low. It simply signifies euro has gained more strength and the dollar is just doing a stop hunt. Now with this, you can also see this. This could be any foreign currency pair that is highly correlated with the dollar index. It can be GBP USD, or it can be dollar AUD, Australian dollar. It can be any other currency pair that is correlated with the dollar index. All right, so up here can be any foreign currency pair. Now, what in a case where the stop hunt is done by a foreign currency pair? It still happens, which means that you can actually have the dollar up. All right, the dollar will be up, trying to continue higher, all right, trying to create new highs. And now we have let me delete my okay, and now we have foreign currency pairs below, right? Now for this to be efficient, or for the market to move as it's well correlated, this should be what the foreign currency pairs should be doing. Okay, foreign currency pairs should be doing exactly the opposite of the dollar index. But now there comes a time that you're going to see the dollar maintaining what? A higher high and then a higher low, right? But now you notice instead of this foreign currency pairs to also maintain this structure, you're going to see that it's going to come back up to create a high. Now this explains why most of the time I use both charts to look at the dollar and euro USD, right? This is why most of the time I do this, to be able to filter out this divergence. So if euro comes up here to create a high while dollar fails to create a low, what this simply means is dollar has more strength, dollar is gaining more strength, and that implies that the overall trend on the dollar is going to continue, while that which is starting on the other currency pair is just a trap. This means that if dollar fails to create a low, it means it's going to continue the overall trend. while that of the foreign currency pair was just a trap to take liquidity out of the market. All right. So the moment you see this, we will now look for what your confirmations at this point. Okay, because now why I'm talking about confirmation is because there's going to be some times that this asset might stall around here for some time and still comes down to do the same thing like the other currency pair. You understand? So at this point, you have to be very careful. That's why I'm mentioning that you need to look for confirmation. You need to look for confirmation. All right. The moment you see that one currency pair is moving faster than the other, it doesn't just mean there's going to be a smart money trap. All right. This other pair might take a little time and then still comes down to do exactly the same thing. Okay. It can take some time, but still comes down to do exactly the same thing. So what only thing you need you need confirmations to know if price is coming lower again or not. All right. Now, I think I've explained this enough. So we are going to look for examples. And today we have a very beautiful example on the dollar index and Euro USD. Now you can see that the dollar here was in a very nice uptrend. A very nice uptrend, right? Very nice uptrend, and Euro 2 was on a good downtrend. Now let me put this. Okay, now look at something here. Let's do a quick replay. Okay, right here. And then let's do another replay here. Okay. Now look at these charts very closely. Okay. Now we have Euro USD here, and then we have the dollar on my right. Now we see the dollar is pushing up, Euro is also pushing down. Okay, this is clear correlation, very clean. Now you notice something here. This is a high created on Euro USD, and this is a low created on dollar. These are at the same time. This was created at this was Friday, all right, at 12 noon, and same thing here, Friday 12 noon. Okay, now look at something. Euro took out this high. Okay, so is the dollar should also take out this low. All right, because they are very highly correlated. But what if the dollar fails to take this low? What does that signify? It signifies strength for the dollar index. It shows that the dollar is gaining more strength. And what are we going to do now? This is the same time. This is at 11, no, 12, and exactly here at this time too is also 12. Okay, what that means is, since we have discovered that at the same time of the day, Euro is already taking a high, while dollar is not taking a high, what we are going to do is we will simply want to look for confirmations here to confirm if we are having an SMT on Euro or not. All right, because for this, if this is a real SMT, we want to see what Euro continue lower. All right, and for the dollar to continue higher. Remember the explanation I gave that this overall trend on the asset that is showing more strength is going to continue, and the asset that is showing a stop hunt will likely be a reversal. Okay, so now we're going to be looking for confirmations here to see if this overall trend should continue or not, or if we're going to get a reversal here or not. All right, same thing on this asset. So we go down to like 15 minutes. Now you can see that at this point we are having a small downtrend, right? So if we start to have an uptrend here on the lower time frame, it simply means this is an SMT and price is not going to respect this higher high that the Euro is trying to create here. All right, because what Euro is doing here is making you feel like we are having an uptrend, which is not an uptrend. Okay, because the dollar is gaining more strength. So it's very important when I'm looking at the two charts like this. That's the reason why, that's what I'm actually looking at. Okay, because if you are blindly just looking at one, you might feel that, okay, maybe we are starting an uptrend here, but the correlated asset to it is showing you something else. So you can be able to filter out these particular mistakes, right? So let's see if we are going to have a confirmation that price is not going low higher on Euro, and that the dollar will not be going lower to do the same thing as Euro USD. So let me play this for Euro, and then we also play this for dollar. Now you can see Euro starts to move swiftly back, or the dollar too trying to sell at the same time. Okay, but now all we want to see is the dollar try to make a high. The dollar has done that already, creating a new high, and then Euro is maintaining that lower low. So the dollar here simply has shown us that it's not willing to go lower, as it has created a new high. Okay, it should have maintained this trend to also create a new low like the dollar did, like Euro did on this side, but it hasn't. So which means the dollar is getting more strength, and the overall structure on the dollar is going to continue. You understand? So when you're looking at these two assets, it's going to help you to be able to filter out this divergence or filter out this stop on. So the moment I see this, the dollar failing to create a low, I'm going to be looking for entries here on Euro USD. Okay, I'm going to be looking for entries on Euro USD to short, all right, to target any draw on liquidity. Now we are going lower on Euro USD, and we are going bullish on the dollar index. So we're going to watch this closely to see if we're going to spot any divergence, all right, to see if we're going to spot any divergence. So we are creating a low, creating a high on this other side. Okay, all right, let's keep watching, let's keep going. Now we are creating a low on Euro USD. Okay, we have created a low on Euro USD, and we have created a high on the dollar index. This is normal, right? This is how the market should move if two assets are correlated. So what we want to see here is the price to respect these highs and lows that has been created on both assets. Okay, so a divergence will happen. A divergence will happen here only if, all right, a divergence will happen here only if price comes to this point. Okay, if price comes here to create a low, that's no divergence. If it also comes here to create a high, that's no divergence. So what I'm saying is, if dollar goes to create a high, good, and if Euro goes to create a low, that's fine. But what if the Euro fails to create a low and then dollar goes to create a high? It means there is a smart money trap happening on the dollar, and then Euro is showing more strength to continue higher. So let's see, we now have a clear low and we have a clear high created at the same time of the day. So let's see what happens with these pairs. Okay, and dollar should be going too. All right, so let's continue to see what's happening. Let me switch to 1 hour time frame. 1 hour. Okay. So since we are on a downtrend, right, we expect bearish order blocks to be respected. Okay. Since we are on a downtrend, we expect bearish order blocks to be respected. See this one. Okay. Same thing here. We have this mitigation order block. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. Let me stop this for a moment, and then let's see. Good. All right. Good. So we have something at this point very unique. If you look closer, you're going to see something. If you look closer, you are going to see something. If you look closer, you're going to see something. What do we have here? And then what do we have here? Right? Can you see that? So we had a swing high. Let me delete this other block. We had a swing high here. Okay. We had a swing high. We had another swing high. Here we had a swing low. Now, this is a higher high, and this is another higher high, right? So DXY should have also created another higher low, another lower low, right? I think you see this from Euro. So this is what DXY should have done, but it didn't. What does that imply? DXY is gaining more strength. And what happens is, if it is gaining more strength, then buy side liquidity is in trouble. So we are going to be heading, the moment you see this, you start to look for your confirmations and your setups to see how price beautifully respected this fair value gap here. And then at this point, now you notice here that this top hunt that was happening here, Euro was making a stop on to go into an order block. Okay, Euro was making a stop on heading into a bearish order block. So at this point, you can sell here with confidence, especially if you see a confirmation. Okay, at the moment you see this engulfing candle, flagship reversal, at this point you could get into the next candle. Okay, this was very early in the morning today, exactly pre-London, 8 p.m., 8 a.m. in the morning. So now, because of strength that the dollar was trying to get here, it then went higher, creating a new high. While what happened? Euro at the moment did not create a new low. So at this time, we don't yet know if this is going to be a divergence or not, because this guy could still play around here and then still go ahead to create a new low. Can play around this point and then still go ahead to create a new low. Remember that. Okay, until you see confirmation, you are not yet sure. So let's go to 15 minutes, and then on this way 15 minutes. Okay, we're trying to see if we're going to see any reversal signal on any of them, but we already know that we are having signals for a smart money trap. So let's go again little down to 5 minutes, and then we'll see if we're going to see any setup. Now look at this very closely. Look at this very closely. This is a high. This is the swing high, okay, that created this swing low. Okay, so until this swing high is broken, we are not having a reversal yet. All right, you could say you have an SMS here, a failure swing. I prefer you wait for the real high to be taken out. Okay, it's the same thing here. We had this swing low was created, and then this swing low created this swing high. So we want to wait for it to be broken before we can say that we have 1, 2, 3. Let's see if that gets broken. Okay, let me extend this a little front. Okay, all right, so that's price broke above that. Okay, let me see, there was not close, so let's see if we get a close above that. It's very important, so don't just be on a rush. Okay, good. So we had a close above this swing high, right? Now let's see what happens to on DXY. Okay, slightly having a close above this. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if this is the same time of the day. Okay, all right, this was the same time. So we are now having all the sides we have in a break of structure. At this point, let's see 15 minutes. 15 minutes also gave us a clean break of structure. Now at this time, right, this is a confirmation that your SMT is perfect. So at this time, you can get in exactly at the close of this candle with your stop loss below this point. And then since you know that this divergence is happening to support Euro USD going higher, coming from a higher time frame, okay, because all these areas, they were coming from a higher time frame PDRA. All this reaction here is from a daily order block. Let me just quickly go into that and then we'll check. All right, we are not looking at SMT at on space. Okay, it is from this order block. So we are having an SMT on an order block. All right, and the same thing for dollar index. It is not on space that we are having a smart money trap. It's not on space that we are having a smart money trap. All right, so DXY2 is acting on this bearish order block. Okay, so if you have a question, leave it on the chat box, because this the session is about to end. So DXY also is acting on a bearish order block, Euro USD acting on a bullish order block. So we are not trading this smart money trap on space. That's a mistake so many people are making. You're just looking for a smart money trap anywhere, whether it's hanging, you are just interested in placing the buy or sell button. It should not be so. Okay, you have to look at it. It should be happening at a key level. Okay, it should be happening at a key level. So same thing here. Now this is just, since you were watching this, it is, you have had a confirmation. All right, for me, most of the time I tell you that it is not about a perfect entry. It is about knowing where price is going and managing your risks properly. Okay, it is not about a perfect entry. Knowing where price is going, you can always get yourself into the trade. All right, so Euro USD gave us that nice move. Let me just play that, and then let's see. Then dollar index also gave us beautifully that confirmation that, okay, actually we're having a total soap, I mean a smart money trap, and then price continue to give us entries upon entries upon entries. And post FOMC also came in and then supported the idea of the smart money, and then it still gave us another entry while retesting this breaker block here on Euro USD, went higher again, and then that's it. So this is very easy to use. You use it mostly to get confirmations for your trade. All right, I say it can happen on Euro USD, it can happen on GBP USD, on all assets. Even also, you can use Euro USD and GBP USD to also check their SMT, check their correlation. There's going to be a time that Euro is making a high, and GBP USD is still slacking below, still slacking behind. Most of the time, if the overall trend is bullish, GU will likely follow. Okay, but if it is just the same thing, if Euro is leading the way and GBP USD is behind, it's likely going to follow, especially if they are measuring based on their strength. But if it is on based on weakness, all right, if Euro is making a low, if Euro USD is making a low, if Euro USD is trading higher, okay, and GBP USD is trading lower, this means that GBP USD is weak, and then this guy will likely be forming a reversal. You understand? This will likely be forming a smart money trap. This can be Euro USD, and this is GBP USD. Okay, so it also happens on both pairs. It happens on both pairs, Euro USD and GBP USD. This is just because Euro USD is also highly correlated with GBP USD. All right, so okay, guys, that's it for this lesson today. If you have any questions, let me see that on the chat box. We'll use the next 5 minutes to answer your questions. Okay. All right, if you want to talk, you can unmute yourself, and then. So this is the reason why I always use Euro USD and GBP USD at the same. I mean, Euro USD and dollar index at the same time. Okay, I'm trying to spot those divergence. There's going to be a time that Euro USD will come to your entry and the dollar will be doing its own the other side. You need to watch out, because most of the time Euro USD might take you out while DXY is not really showing that that's what is going to happen. Okay, so you just need to be very, very careful when you are trading the two Euro USD. Always try to watch what DXY is doing. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot. Now, there is a way also that you can trade this. You can look at this pair. Now, this is Euro USD alone, and there's a way that you can also monitor or compare assets, right? You can come to this point, right? You see close to Euro USD, you have compare or add symbol. This is if you don't have a paid version for TradingView to have them side by side. Okay. Oh, I wanted to even look at something here. If I can have three layouts, so that I'll see if I can have cable. I can have cable, Euro USD, and DXY on the same asset to see how the correlation was today. Let's see if that's going to load. But regardless, you can also use you go to that compare, you click compare, and then it's going to take you, and then you add the pair that you want to compare with. All right, and you can be able to easily spot their divergence. Okay, so many traders use better. A lot of traders use better indicators like RSI, stochastics to spot weakness in a currency pair and so on. But I think DXY, I think using the same asset, using a currency pair with another is a great way to spot out your divergence. Okay, so my network is really slow. There's going to be no way for me to load that, so and we just have 2 more minutes to end the session. Let me see. You can still have, if that can still show. Idel, your hand is up. We have just 2 minutes. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So please, I'm a bit confused. The smart money trap was on dollars index, right, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and you said that the Euro USD was gaining more strength. Does it mean that Euro USD now will continue?
Yeah.
Going higher or?
Exactly.
The
strength on the currency that is showing more strength, because you need to note this: when a currency is not making a low, it shows that it's gaining more strength, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, yeah, that particular trend is likely to continue higher, and then it means the currency that was making a high, it's likely to have just been a stop hunt, but you need confirmation to know if that high the XY was making was a stop hunt or not, because Euro might be failing to make a low and eventually makes a low, but you need to confirm with a shift in structure on a lower time frame if that is real. So about this comparing here, you can add the currency you want to compare with. I've just added dollar, and you can click on the dollar, all right, and then you change it. You change it to candles. Change from line to candles, and then you can be able to see their moves. All right, can be able to study their moves together, and then you see where were we having that divergence today. Now this is where we're having that divergence today here. This one, failure to make a swing low, and then this one created a high. So you can use this to spot out your SMT divergence or to study it. Okay, study the concept. See Euro below, failed to make a low, while the dollar above created a high. So thank you guys for joining this session today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Try to backtest before you start to trading with a live account. So thank you and have a nice evening.
Thank you.